Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lintang Fajar from A1T4 English for Business, Communication and Professional, and here I will explain about how COVID-19 affects the traditional markets in Indonesia. And then let's get started to the materials. COVID-19, global pandemic for developing countries' government has created a new challenge in controlling the virus, which coronavirus transmission case in traditional markets is now spreading and could be uncontrollable. Nationally, in Indonesia, there are 39,294 cases and 50,123 patients cured and 2,198 deaths, while 110 traditional markets infected traders have reached 573 persons and 32 deaths. In Indonesia, there are also special reports from various cities about transmission in these traditional markets. The Indonesian Markets Traders Association last week noted more than 500 traders in more than 13,000 traditional markets in Indonesia tested positive for COVID-19. In East Java, were 136 people, while in Jakarta, until June 12, there were 55 traders in 9 markets in Jakarta infected with the COVID-19 virus. In the other provinces like West Java, Bali and various other regions, similar reports were also obtained. Three markets in Denpasar, Bali also become a new cluster of the spread of the COVID-19 virus. It needs to prioritize on special attention to these 3 new clusters and would conduct mass swab tests on dozens of traders who were in the 3 traditional markets. In Semarang, there are reportedly 6 traditional markets that have become new cluster of the spread of the coronavirus in Semarang city. Starting from the positive trader swab result on May 21, 2020, then tracking is done so that a total of 26 people is positive. From tracking in various traditional markets, found a number of traders who tested positive for the virus. Trade Minister Agus Suparmanto stated that the COVID-19 pandemic had an impact on traditional market traders. As a result of the pandemic, their income has dropped so that some have been forced to stop selling. The number of traders in traditional markets is also estimated to fall by around 29%. Based on the final report on the analysis of People's Market Development Directions published by the Ministry of Trade in 2015, the number of traditional markets in Indonesia is 13,450 units. The number of traders in traditional markets is around 12.6 million people. This means if there is a decrease of 29% or about 3.6 million people, the number of traders is estimated to be 9 million people. Mr. Agus explained that the transmission of the COVID-19 disease had a significant impact on the Indonesian economy. As a result of the pandemic, some economic activities in the country have stopped, so that a number of business actors have been forced to close their business and cut off working relationships with employees. On the other hand, during the COVID-19 pandemic in the last few months, people's purchasing power has also decreased. This condition also has an impact on the decline in the income of traditional markets traders. The average turnover of traders decreased by 39% to 70%. The decrease in income then has an impact on the decrease in the number of traders selling in traditional markets. Mr. Agus said the Ministry of Trade encourages traditional markets to continue operating to stimulate the economy. In addition, the operation of the market is also important so that people can get basic daily needs. The market must be continue to be operating. Traders must continue to trade and farmers continue to distribute their harvest to the market because people still need basic materials to meet their daily needs. And why do this problem can be occur? The only problem that occurred this a lot of cases of COVID-19 is the problem faced in traditional markets are generally almost the same, namely the difficulty of implementing health protocols. Everyone must wear a mask, wash their hands, keep their distance, and not talk too much, so on. It is due to the situation is almost the same. Visitors crowded, narrow streets and alleys. The entrance can be from several directions. It is coupled with a relatively low level of discipline, and direct contact between traders and buyers is very easy to occur. The government must make extra efforts to discipline citizens in traditional markets. The situation is different when the government opens modern markets and shopping centers, where health protocol control is relatively much easier. Moreover, mall incoming visitors generally have better public awareness in implementing health protocol standards, such as wearing masks, physical distancing, and washing hands regularly. Local governments should pay bigger attention to the potential for spreading transmission in these traditional markets. Like it or not, a rapid test must be carried out to determine whether the health condition of the market traders is healthy, and then trace the residents in a positive case found. The local and regional government must temporarily close these traditional markets within some period of time if new cases of transmission are found significantly. And to support the implementation of health protocols to prevent the transmission of COVID-19, the Ministry of Trade provided infrastructure assistance to 157 traditional markets in Indonesia. The total budget for the provision of assistance is around 5.4 billion rupiah. Mr. Agus added that in order for the implementation of the health protocols to be effective, there must be socialization and persuasive approach to traders. With this persuasive effort, it is hoped that traders will realize the importance of implementing health protocols. Traditional traders need to be considered as target for assistance by the government during this COVID-19 pandemic. The policy taken by the government must guarantee, especially for the middle and lower classes, to be able to fulfill their needs to ensure the right to life of the community and not to lose anything in dignity of the community according to the mandate of the 1945 Constitution of the Republic of the Indonesia. So, for the conclusion is traditional markets should be open to help community to fulfill their daily needs. But health protocol still becomes the important thing. Applying health protocol in such a basic place like a traditional market can minimize the spread of COVID-19. But still, the community awareness is the greatest problem. But by keeping socializing the danger of COVID-19 and running some operation, giving fines to the people who ignore health protocols may spread public awareness of the dangers of COVID-19. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.